Okay, so to start off, there's three different kinds of pieces. So to start off, you have your centers, which are right in the middle all the time, and have one color. So, like, here's your yellow, blue, white, green centers. And then there's also edges, which are here, two different colors. Like, there's like here, 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 and all that. Then you also have your corners, like this, with three different colors. So to start off, you look on your yellow layer here for any edges that have any white. So there are none, so you look in the middle layer, like here's one right here. So you put that in the top, like that. Then right here, there's another one. So you can just put that in the top like that, and then there's this one right here. But you can't just put it in the top like that, because then the white is not right next to the yellow like this. And at the same time, it also gets this out of here. So you have to put that back, and then you have to pull it up this way. And now they're all on here. Then you look and find your other one, like right here. You can't just put it over here into the free slot here, and put it up, because then that's flipped. So what you have to do is you have to have it over here, like it was. Then you have to turn it like this, and then put it in, like that. But then you just pull this out, so then you just have to put that back in. And now the first step is done, which is the daisy. So you have to have the yellow center, and then all four white edges surrounding it, like this. Then, after that, you pick an edge on here, like here's the red one. And so then you turn the bottom two layers and keep this in front until these match, like this. Then you can turn the front twice to put it down and match it with the white. Then you do the same thing with the others. Like right here, this is already matched, so you can just pull that down. And then these ones here, so we'll do this one here. And so you turn the bottom until it matches, like this. And then you put it down. And do not turn this right now, because if you turn that, then it might match, and then you put it down, and then that pulls this out. So you want to keep that aligned. So then you can put that down. And so after that, you have all of these and the white cross. After that, you look on the top layer and see if you have any corners that have white on it. So right here, there's this one. This has white. So then you look at the other two colors, we have blue and red. So then you find the blue and red center, here's the blue and here's the red. And then if you look here, there's the blue, red, and white. And then there's blue, red, and white on here. So what you can do to get it down here is you can either do what's called a sledge, like this, which works, or you can do what's called, or you can do these 4 moves. So you put the slot in the front right, and then do these 4 moves. Right up, then the top face and clockwise, then the right down, then the top counterclockwise. And so now that piece is in, but then at the same time we also got this in, which is good, but you don't need to do that right now. So then right here, there's this one here. There's the green, red, and white. So then you look for the white which is here, and then the green and red. So then you turn it so that the piece is right over where it needs to go. Like it needs to go here because it's surrounded by white, green, and red. And there's white, green, red. So then you can just do those 4 moves until this is in and in the correct orientation. Now, what you don't want to do is do this here and put it over where it needs to go, and then do those 4 moves, but not finish it off like this. That is not done. So what you have to do is do those moves over and over again until it's incorrectly. But then it was this case here. So another thing you can do for this case, which is what I do, is you move it away and put it up, in, and down. So you can just do that. But then the easier to learn way would just be to do those 4 moves over and over again. Then you can do that with the same, like, oh, here's this case. And so you could do that. Or another case you can have is with the white on top. And so you just do the same thing. You do those 4 moves over and over until it's in. After that, what you do is you look on the top to see if any edges on here do not have yellow. So if you look here, there's this orange and blue one. With that, you can line up the blue with with its center. Then it could also be flipped, so in that case it would be with the orange. But just for example, this. So then you look at the other color. So in this case, it's orange. So then you find the orange center. So for me, it's right here. And then you line this up, and then see what side that it needs to go into. And then you can put it in, not like this, which that does put it in, but then that destroys this. So you have to turn it away from where it needs to go. And then do those 4 moves with your left hand. So you do the left up, then the top counterclockwise, then the left down, and then the top clockwise. Then you turn the entire cube so that the right side has the white here. Then you do those 4 moves with your right hand, and that puts it in. So what that did there is actually basically just an F2L thing for like advanced CFOP. So in that case, it just puts it up here, and that pairs these 2 together. Then you put them back in here and down. So you move it away, and then you do those 4 moves here, and that sets it up to pair. Then the second round, you do those 4 moves, and that pairs it. And so another case you can have is you have no pieces on the top that are edges and have no yellow. So in that case, you might have something like this, like a flipped edge in here, or an edge that's in but wrong. So in that case, you just put that spot in the front right, and do those 4 moves with your right, and then with your left. And so that pulls this out. Then you can just use that and put it in where it needs to go. Then you repeat that with all the other ones. Like this is matched, it needs to go to the left. And you put it over away, left hand, and then on the right. Then another thing that could happen is, like, okay, well, anyways, if it needs to go in to the right, then you just do the same thing, except, it would just be the right hand first. So, like, I'm gonna do this in, which is the left for, well, whatever. But then it could be like the right, so you put it away, then those 4 moves, and then again. But I just inserted that wrong, whatever. So, after you get these 2 layers done with what I just showed you, you look on the top and see what edges you have. Like, for me, they're all facing away. So, in this case, it's called a dot. And so, in this case, you just do the front to the side from any angle. And then you do those 4 moves. And then that gives you this L case. When you have this case, you turn the front like this. And have this in the back. Then you do those 4 moves. That gives you the line case. And we are not paying attention to the corners right now. That does not matter. So in that case, you put the line like this to you. And then you do the front. And then do those 4 moves in the front back. Now, you have your full yellow cross. After that, what you have to do now is you have to make all of the edges line up with their centers. So then you can just turn the top until you have at least 2 edges that align. Like here and here, those are aligned. But then these 2 need swapped. So you put the correct ones in the back right, and then do this algorithm, which is just assume for OLL. So you do the right up, and push this pair over, and down, push it over again, and pull this slot up. So now the slot that this needs to go to is right here. So then you just put it over here, and down in. Then you still have your first 2 layers, and when you turn the top, these edges all line up. So another case you can have, see if I can get it. Let's see. It's this. So these are across, and then these 2 need swapped. So in this case, you just do that algorithm from any angle, and then that should make it adjacent like this. Then you put them in the back, do that algorithm, and there you go. They're all done. After that, you look at your corners. So this is the first time that it actually matters for the last layer. And so in that case, you would see if any of your corners are in the right place. So it could be like this, where it's in the correct place but wrong orientation, or it could be like this, where it's in the correct place and right orientation, and it doesn't really matter right now, but just put that in the front right, and then you move it away, and do the right up, and move it back over here, and left up, and pull this pair back, put it in, then pull this pair back, and put it in. Now, you still have these here, everything you've done so far is still perfectly intact. And what that algorithm did is it shifted around your corners. So after that, you check if they're all in the right place, and in my case they are not. So you find the one that's in the right place and move it away, right up, back over, left up. Then move this back, down, and back over here. And so that's the same exact algorithm. And now if you look, all my corners are in the correct place. And they're in the correct place because if you look here, there's the yellow, red, and blue, and it's surrounded by yellow, red, and blue. So it's the same colors. After that, what you do is you put the white on the top, and then you find a corner that needs twisted, and do not do this. That will make it unsolvable. So what you do is you turn this like this, so you put the one that needs twisted in the bottom right, and then do those 4 moves, and do not just do that. You do that over and over until this is in the right orientation, and don't worry about this right now, it'll eventually be fixed. Then you turn the bottom to your next one that needs rotated. So then you just put that in the bottom right, like the last one, and then do those 4 moves until it's in the right orientation. And then after you do that, this is solved still, and then you can just finish it off like that. You're not always gonna have only 2 to rotate, like corners, and so when you have this case, which you can have up to 4 corners twisted, so in this case you have 3, and so you just do the same thing. So you put it like this in the bottom right, so when you need rotated, and then do those 4 moves all the way until it's rotated like this, and next, and then next, and then that's all done. So with the OLL, with the yellow cross, another case, like with this case, you don't have to like do that and then again to do it. Like, you can just put it in the front right and then do front 2 layers and then do those 4 moves, and that will do your entire cross.